Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm just gonna hop on here today, and I just wanted to tell a quick story about how I'm not able to play football and kind of the why. I get asked a lot by people who kind of know me closely. They ask me like, what is the heart condition? Why? When did you find out? How did this happen? So today I was gonna try to get into that a little bit. It's kind of a long story, but since I just had surgery on my tonsils, like it really hurts to talk. So I'm gonna try to keep this pretty short. One, because it hurts to talk, and two, because I sound like I'm illiterate when I talk. So this actually kind of started like at the end of my senior season. Well, not really. I'd say about a couple weeks after our football season ended this year, my senior year. I was really getting sick over and over and over again. I kept getting sick, and every time I would go to the doctor, they would just say it's like strep throat. So I would go in, get a steroid, antibiotic for strep, and it wouldn't really work. My strep would just keep coming back. And this had happened for like on and off during football season. I kept having to get IVs like every week to stay healthy. And then after football season, it really never ended. I kept getting strep, kept getting sick. And we could never really find out the why I was getting sick. So what we did, finally went to the doctor, and I just explained to them everything I just told you. Like, I just keep getting sick. I always have strep throat. I can never get over it. Like, my chest hurts, my head hurts, like something's wrong with me. And so they pretty much tested my blood for just about everything. Like, I think that day I filled up like 4 vials of blood, and I swabbed my throat like 3 times to try to get to the bottom of everything. So what they did after that was about 3 days later, I got a call, or my parents got a call from the doctors telling me I had mono, and that I probably had it for a while. And no, I don't know how I got it. Wasn't around kissing a bunch of girls. Maybe was, you feel me? I don't do that, bro. But what I was doing was feeling fucking sick. So it was nice to finally know, like, okay, this is why I've been sick for so long and nothing works. Is because it's mono. It's not strep throat. It's not AIDS, not hemorrhoids, not none of that shit. It's mono. So I did what you have to do for mono, which sucks. Like, you have to literally, they kept me inside in my basement for probably 2 to 3 weeks, and I wasn't allowed to do anything. And at the time, I was still training for football. While I was sick, I was training like every day, 2 a day every day, weight, speed, throwing, all that. And I was kind of heartbroken. I was like, bro, I'm just gonna have to sit inside, like, fuck that. But I did it because I wanted to get better. So I sat inside for like 3 weeks. I spent time like just reading my Bible, watching Netflix. My girlfriend made me a get well basket. You know, I was putting inside on my little putt thing, playing some putt golf, like, you know, just doing the inside stuff and reading my books, all that. And after about 2 or 3 weeks, I started feeling better. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start easing back into this thing. And I hadn't quite yet started working out yet because I wasn't exactly there yet. And right when I was about to start working out, I was like, God, dude, my chest pain like won't go away. Like, my headaches are gone, my throat feels better, like I feel good to go, but my chest pain just won't go away. And so because it's my chest pain and it was on my right side, which is the side of my heart, they were like, okay, my parents were like, okay, we need to go into the doctor. So we went to the doctor, and they ran a bunch of tests again, and everything looked good, but they're like, we're gonna just do an EKG on your heart, which is where they like hook you up to a bunch of stuff to test your heart. And keep in mind, I'm just in a regular like family doctor's office when I'm doing this, and so I didn't think they really knew what they were doing, but I just like, okay, we'll do it. And so they hooked me up to the heart, and the first time they did it, it came back, and they were like looking at the thing, like, it was so awkward. They acted like they didn't know what was going on. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, I'm freaking out low-key inside because I'm like, am I dying? Like, what's going on? And so they did it like 3 times, and each time they looked at it like, they looked at me like I wasn't normal, and they looked at the sheet like it wasn't normal. So then they're like, all right, we'll be right back. We're going to give this to like the doctor, which is the head guy, because the nurses were just doing that. The doctor comes in and basically tells me something on there is really off and that I need to go see a cardiologist, and they need to go into some deeper testing to figure out if the EKG is right, or if it just had a mishap, or if they need to do something deeper. So what they did was send me to the cardiologist. I got in the very next morning to the cardiologist, Dr. Saad, my guy, he's a G. I get to the cardiologist, and they're like, basically ran through my whole life, like asking me about hereditary stuff, shortness of breath, do I faint, do I do all this, hundreds of questions. And they basically get to the consensus that I need to do what's called a heart echo. Basically just take pictures of your heart. So that day I came back and did it that afternoon, and basically what they were trying to figure out from the heart echo is if I had what's called a thick heart, which is what I'm going to get into later. And so the results came back from the heart echo, and long story short, my parents got the phone call. I didn't really know what to expect, and because I didn't receive the phone call, but my dad pretty much just took me out to dinner with my girlfriend, and he told me the results. And so the results were that I do have a thick heart, and I actually have what's called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. And so it sounds like illiterate, like it literally sounds like a different language, but it's not. So I'll try to explain it to you guys. The way they explain it to me is like your muscles, like the more you work them out, the more you lift, squat, whatever it may be, the bigger your muscles get. So the more I extenuate my heart, the thicker it gets. And for obviously a thick heart's not good. The thicker your heart gets, it blocks up walls, valves, etc. So I was like, that night at the dinner table, like I was like kind of in shock. But I would say for me it was pretty quick. Like I just instantly thanked God, because multiple people, they have this condition their whole life, which I probably did. We don't know yet. We're working on getting genetic testing, but I probably had this my whole life. And a lot of people go their whole life with this and they never get diagnosed, and they end up dying from it. Like they'll just be playing a sport one day and they die instantly. That night it was pretty tough for me for like a week, but I instantly just thanked God, and I was like, this is God's plan, this is God's plan. And I was praying every night, I was praying to God every night, hey, align me with your plan for me, God. I feel really lost right now, but I know you have a plan, and I want to figure it out and get aligned with it. And then that's when he gave me the marketing agency. So about a week later, it was a pretty quick turnaround, and I started focusing on that. I called my buddy Luke. I was like, I got this idea. What do you know about it? He's like, I was about to start one up 6 months ago. I know a ton about it. Let's meet for coffee tomorrow morning at 5:30. That next morning at 5:30, I met up with him. And then from there, I never looked back. So it's a pretty quick turnaround, cool story, but that's kind of the why of why I'm not able to play football. But looking back at it, bro, it's just God's plan. Like, it's just football, bro. It's going to end for everybody one day. So yeah, but that's kind of how I found out. Thank God for the mono, and thank God for the doctors that ran the test on my heart to figure that out. If you enjoy this video of me telling my story of why I can't play football anymore and why I had to unsign to play college football, then just drop a like on this video, subscribe. I'm trying to get my YouTube just ran up, and you can also follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok. I'm posting videos there of my whole journey, just running it up to 6 figures for my marketing agency.